What's up, guys? Just wanted to touch base on a few comments here on the tube. First one, I gotta say that yes, these are not sarcastic remarks. I think the Germans do rock. They make good guns. I don't know why people are so against other countries. I'm not against Italy or France. I particularly don't like them because they seem to be snobby against Americans. Not all, but the ones I've come in contact with. So I would beg that if there's an Italian or French person out there, please change my mind, because you got some people making y'all look bad. So that's the first thing to touch base on. The next thing was about, oh Shaticus, where did that go? I think this was one of them. Triggers. I'm going to try and make this as short and sweet as possible. This is take 2 of this thing because I ranted for probably 10 minutes, and because it's one of those, this is one of those drum topics that will never ever be settled. It's always going to be controversial, so this is my take it or leave it. I don't care if you got pissed off. KY Jello 12, nice name. Talking about triggers, he obviously knows more than I do. I know that they pick up some kind of impact or vibration from the bass drum and make a triggered sound. I think it's cheating, because I'll use 2 examples. One, Michelangelo Badio, probably the fastest guitar player and the best that I've ever seen in my whole life. I personally watched him play 10 feet from me, so I know there was no tricks or gimmicks. And he unplugged his guitar to show this is not a trick. You know, I mean, I watched him play 10 feet from me. And if you don't know who he is, look him up. Michelangelo Badio. He plays 2 guitars. He can play over, under, you know, he can go over the top like this on the guitar, and 2 different songs. I mean, it's ridiculous. This guy is amazing, and he's fast, right? And not only that, I saw him do some of this stuff on a $250 stock guitar. And I personally know the guys who own this shop, and they said they did nothing to it, and that's what he wanted. You know, he speaks for Dean Guitars, but it goes to show, same example, with practice, and that's one thing he preaches up and down, is practice. You don't need triggers to get fast. I mean, look at Derek Roddy. I'm not a huge fan of his music or him, but if you look at his playing, you know, where it's just like his kit, there's no trigger sounds in there, he's fast and he's playing really hard. So it is possible for everybody if you apply it yourself, put your mind to it, and you're patient and consistent. You don't need triggers, and I think it's limiting yourself because you're not striving to get that harder impact at a faster tempo. So that's just my take. Again, if you're looking for an area to leave a smart comment, then go ahead. You're the man. Again, give you some self-esteem. There's been a few other things. It's an older video. My snare sounds different now, but the snare tuning test. Thank you guys for the comments. I really do appreciate the feedback. Here's another one, the Luke DZ1. I didn't quite understand what you were trying to say there, man. But I do, my kit's a lot different now, because that's an older video. I see a lot of my old cymbals. But anyways, I still use the Super Kick 2 with an impact pad. And I love it, and I have messed around with quite a few heads and variations and click pads and no pads at all. And I used to play the Mapex tritonal beaters with the wood, felt, and plastic, and this is where I ended up. So I'm happy with it. I'm still, the one thing I'm really experimenting on right now is tom heads. I mean, I found, like, the ones I have, the Remo Coated Emperors, I love them, man. They give me a sound that I really enjoy. But, you know, and it could be the actual toms that I own. I mean, I love my set, but that could be it. I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate the input, and so I'm going to take it as you just tell me to experiment, but I appreciate it anyway. So that's pretty much the comments I wanted to catch up on. Other than that, there's really nothing else. One thing I did want to see is if anybody else out there, because pretty much all of my subscribers and people I talk to are musicians. I wonder if anybody else out there. I'm a huge player in airsoft. I love it. It is the greatest sport to me. It's better than paintball, another controversial topic, so I don't care. The guns look cooler because it doesn't look like something Buzz Lightyear would carry. And people say, oh, well, paintball hurts more. Well, I'm glad you're a masochist, but I don't like pain particularly. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of airsoft. Play it as much as I can. I've spent way too much money on camo gear, guns. I even do the face paint, man. It's crazy. But anyways, I got a lot of cool stuff that I'd like to review on here, and I just want to get some feedback. I might do a test video on it to see, how people respond. So, anything else? I'm just, kind of just talking to the people, laying the comments out, and if anybody's got anything they want me to talk about, or just talk to them about, whatever, let me know. I'll make a quick McVid. So, thanks a bunch, fellas.